Good evening, truck and tractor pull fans. Hope everybody had a wonderful, somewhat dry and non-blustery weekend.
That was kind of hard to do,
Yeah, for
especially
sure.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. Well, Sunday was dry for the Gladhills event, which I have two huge packets of results here. Uh, but anyway, that was my first trip to Gladhills, and it was awesome. Awesome time, and bigger things are in the future there. And looking forward to that. Had a good time. Windy, yes. I was the dummy up on the back of the truck with a camera and a big screen on top of it, and this and that. And every time the wind blew, I was hanging on. I was hanging on. Mikey did a track on the ground. He probably had a tripod we don't usually use, but he did a pretty good job. So kudos to Mike Walker. Um, and thank you, Tina Moore. You saved the day for us. I didn't realize there was two tracks there. So, but and I have multiple tripods. I looked at the second one that we normally take with us. I said, I don't need it. Closed the door on the RV and out the door and up the road we went. And yeah, should have had it. But anyway, how's Kendra?
Kendra's good. Pulling season, we have one more pull. Obviously, we're going down to Georgia, which just means tax season's right around the corner. So we're gearing up for that at work. And
hey,
I'm going to try to enjoy the month of November before we get into all that. So, but no, I'm good.
January is not a fun time of year for you, is it?
No, January. We just did our charge hour, like our billing for budget purposes and stuff, and they budgeted me at 74 hours a week. So
you have fun with that. Wow.
So we'll see how close to that we get, but
wow, I'm sure you'll do it.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
It's just 1 month a year, and I get fantastic benefits through the summer. So I only have to work 36 hours, so I'll deal with it. So
those that normally visit us through Facebook, our apologies. I could not get it to link up. So we're doing it the old-fashioned way, and I put the links over there on the pages. And again, there'll be commercials run throughout the hour. That's a YouTube thing. And we will, it doesn't affect us. We continue on, but you won't get cut off. You'll come right back to the show. Hi, Lynn. How are you? It's Lynn Clark's in the house, and I don't see anybody else. Come on, people. we have viewers. We just don't have. So I don't know what happened there, but anyway, we'll get through it. And I'm probably just gonna go ahead and cut you loose. You have results from Weeklands.
Yes, went out to Weeklands on Friday night. Gorgeous event. We've been there, or gorgeous venue. We've been there before. Unfortunately, Saturday did get rained out. I think it started raining up there bright and early in the morning, and they had to cancel it. It was a Make-A-Wish event. I think they still had some of their raffles and everything like that. Huge turnout of pullers and people. I think I saw somewhere on Facebook that it was the largest event that they had there, which is awesome. I hope that event continues to grow. Obviously, with it being a charity event, that is even more motivation for wanting that event to grow. They had 7 classes on hand, and they were all huge classes. I think we're going to just stick to top 10 if you have that many results too. So
Now, I got a couple of really large classes. I'm just going to do 5 or 10. So
okay, so yeah, we'll just do top 10 of those of those classes. Starting out the night, they went from heavy to light. So we started with the Pro Street semi trucks. 7 trucks on hand. Taking the win was Scott Ramsey with his 2002 Kenworth with an impressive 342.27. Second place was Mike Adams with the 1996 Kenworth going 311.80. Third place was RJ Gallagher with his 1996 KW going 309.59. Fourth place was Audie Pence going 286.41. Fifth place was Cody Reckert with his Mac going 260.83. Sixth place was William Shuey with Side Piece going 230.27. Rounding out the class was Eli Heil with his Going Broke Mac going 224.67. Next, we went into an absolutely huge and impressive class of Super Pro tractors. They call it Super Pro. It's actually like a Light Pro, Super Farm, Limited Pro, Monitor class. Super impressive. They had pullers here from obviously Pennsylvania, Ohio, Vermont, Maryland, New York, and Ontario, Canada. The guys from the Dirksen brothers from Ontario, Canada came down with their Fords. If anybody followed my turbo class for years, the Patience of Job tractor actually went up to Canada, and that tractor made its way back down. Without further ado, taking the win with an absolutely monster pass was Devin Riggin with the Bandit, going 382.71. And let me just tell you, these guys were flying. I don't see a speed on here, but I think some of these tractors were topping out 36, 37 miles an hour. So they were absolutely flying. Second place went to Jeff Michelacci with Demented, going 364.89. Third place went to Donnie Hebenthal with Mechanically Inclined, an International 766, going 362.02. Fourth place was that Matt Dirksen with Unchained at 358.01. Fifth place went to Mike Palmer driving. What? Mike Palmer doing the driving on Smokin' John. I wonder if that's the same Mike Palmer. On Smokin' John at 357.27. Sixth place went to Matt Smokey Smith with Fast Forward at 356.05. Seventh place went to TJ Snyder with the Red Avenger Classic, going 350.69. Eighth place was Chris Conneroni with his International 1206, going 347.26. Ninth place went to Noah Allison driving Trainwreck, going 346.50. And rounding out the top 10 was Colton Zundel with the Steel City Smoker, going 346.46.
And how many tractors total?
22 tractors.
Awesome.
Huge class. Yep. Next, we went into the super modified trucks, which should be similar to the Run What You Brung trucks in here. It had a mix of 3.0, 3.6, and the super stock trucks. Taking the win was old Chucky Dutter driving the Common Hooker. Pulled the win out there at 316.60.
Dutter! Get her done.
Second place went to JJ Brumby with the Rumor, going 312.79. Third place went to Nick Headley with Binder Edition at 312.60. Fourth place went to Andrew Ledford with Concrete Cummins at 312.18. Fifth place went to Calvin Miller with Running in the Red at 308.23. Sixth place went to Matt Moser doing the driving of Jaded at 305.74. Seventh place was Johnny Washcobb with the Roland Cole going 304.61. Right behind him was John Manns with the new Crazy X going 304.42. Ninth place was Jeremy Yeager with Pipe Dream going 302.35. And rounding out the top 10 was Dan Constantine with Lost and Forgotten going 298.45. Then we went into the 466 Hunt Farm tractors. We'll do the top 10 here as well. Taking the win was Randy Gugger with Must Be Nice going 330.99. Second place went to Jeremy Bayer with his International 1066 at 313.35. Third place was Bill Shaw with his International 1066 going 311.43. Fourth place went to Jamie Mitchell with, I love this tractor's name, Yes Deer, but the deer is obviously like John Deere, 293.79. Fifth place went to Wes Binky with his International 1066 going 290.92. Sixth place went to Dan Smith with another International 1066 at 283.26. Seventh place was Dave Fisher with the Misfit Mistress at 282.93. Eighth place was Rich Weimer with the 1066 going 278.61. Ninth place was Chris Gibson with the Farmall 1206. I think we're missing a number. It just says 30.66, but there's people behind him that went 304. So somewhere more than 304. And then rounding out the top 10 was Justin Hillegas with his John Deere 6030 going 304.42. Then we went into another huge class, 22 in this class as well, 3.0 limited pro stocks, the pro stock trucks, I'm sorry. Taking the win was Chris Glates with Vernon Benjamins going 337.81. Second place was Kyle Spickerman with Old Jenny going 331.74. Third place, Dominic Gambino with the Brothers Diesel Dodge at 330.89. Fourth place was Bill Mead with Older Jenny going 329.72. Good night for the Jenny trucks.
Yeah.
Fifth place was Corey Frank with Cause and Trouble at 328.64. Sixth place was Dustin Harrison with On the Hunt going 328.07. Seventh place, Chuck Dutter went down and ran the 3.0 class as well with the Common Hooker going 327.88. Eighth place was Daniel Rickard with Vengeance going 327.27. Ninth place was Travis Bushlar with the Matrix going 326.52. And rounding out the top 10 was Mike Burton with Backwoods Evolution going 317.87. Then we go into the 2.6 Pro Street Diesel trucks. 18 trucks on hand. Unfortunately, 2 were disqualified. Again, we'll go over the top 10. Taking the win was Ron King with the Problem Child going 339.03. Second place was Ed McConnell with Cause at 338.56. Third was Brandon Fink with the Home Wrecker at 336.82. Fourth was John Humpy with the HDR Performance Chevy at 333.57. Fifth place was Matt Deal with Working On at 326.76. Sixth place, Garrett Seabod with his 1995 Dodge going 325.63. Seventh place was Noah Hostetler with Blue Bayou going 323.51. Eighth place was Anthony Byron with his Chevy going 322.19. Ninth place was Matt Mace with Little by Little going 320.36. And rounding out the top 10 was Curtis Kosicki with his Dodge Ram going 319.75. Last class for the evening was a Sportsman Street gas truck class. Taking the win was Mike Barr with his 1955 Chevy going 315.99. Second place was David Ellenberger with Doomed going 312.37. Third place was Gary Ellenberger with his Chevy going 310.30. Fourth place was Brian Rupert with the Freight Train going 308.61. Fifth place was Ben Fuller with the Impossible Decision going 305.78. Sixth place was Dan Hearn with his Ford F-250 going 290.74. Seventh place was Brian Baker with his Chevy going 280.06. Eighth place was Bill Rainey with his 1985 Chevy C20 going 271.36. Ninth place was Matt McKinley going 268.45. And 10th place was Ryan Wheeler driving Stressed Out at 262.01.
Wow.
Holy moly. Like I said, fantastic event. I think they raised a lot of money. I think they said they raised enough money on Friday night to grant like 3 or 4 wishes, which is pretty awesome.
Good deal.
And I know they're still going to raffle off a half a hog. So I think if you go out to Mike Weekland's Facebook page, you can buy a raffle ticket for that as well. So I'm sure they'll raise some money doing that.
Awesome deal.
And who doesn't like bacon? So, I mean,
absolutely.
Who doesn't like bacon? Like, come on, people.
Can't get enough of it, right?
No.
Wow. You think
so?
You
How was Gladhill's?
Do you think you had a lot of results?
I was gonna say. Yeah, I saw your packet. I was like, holy moly.
2 packets.
Well, you said you had 2 tracks.
Bear with me. I can't begin to say in the first. Some of them are marked what tractors they are, and some are not. So I'm just going to be lucky enough to get by with the position, the distance, and the names. Great pool. I can't say it enough. Very organized, pretty much when they got started. Uh, they kept me moving pretty good on my track, and I know Mike was staying busy too. So good job. Love's decision maker studs were there. I'm fighting off a sneeze, so give me just a minute. um, I'm just going to get started. If I had to take a break and disappear for a sneeze, I apologize. So far, so good. Working without a net, folks. We'll start. We'll go light to heavy. A 3,000 farm stock, and taking the win was Karen Drake at 185.3. When I say 0.3, that's 3 inches. 185 feet 3 inches. Second was Rick Norris at 184 feet 3 inches. Third, Jad Drake, 155.4. Fourth was Caden Miller at 152.5. Fifth was Karen Drake, also I see at 152 even. And sixth, I got Rick Norris with another tractor here at 149.7. That took care of the 3,000 pound class. I can step it up. I guess I better get moving. I don't mean to rush through these guys, but no disrespect to them. There's Paul Barnsley. If you don't know who Paul and Ivan Barnsley are, you ain't been tractor pulling long enough. Because I could tell you when I was a youngin' back in the 70s, I watched those guys pull modified tractors. Paul, welcome to the show. Glad to have you on here, man. It's awesome, man. That Oliver you got is flat nasty. That thing really runs well. But 4,000 farm stock. Let's see. Taking the win, I got Keith Dean at 211.5. Second was Mason Drake at 209.4. Third was Keith Dean, 209.3. Let's see. Fourth was Bailey Drake at 209 even. Fifth would be Dale Young with a Farmall. I do have tractor names here. 207.4. Fifth, sixth was Ron Short with his John Deere at 202.9. Seventh was Chase Osterman with an Oliver at 202.3. Eighth was Dale Young with a Farmall at 201.6. And let's see, ninth was, phone's busy over here, sorry. Ninth was Jad Drake at 197.5. Next up was the 5,000 stock. We're going up 1,000 pounds at a time here on my track. Taking a win was Jake Myers with his John Deere A at 232.1. Second was Bob Carpenter with a Super 88 Oliver at 229.8. Okay, third place, Trenton Rolls, local fella out there in Hagerstown at 225.6 with an Oliver. Fourth was, I got a long list here. Fourth was Ken Carpenter with a John Deere at 224.9. Fifth was Bailey Drake with an Oliver 88 at 222.9. Sixth was Ron Short with his John Deere at 210.5. Seventh was Terry Moore with a Farm OM at 209.9. Eighth is Kevin Muller with a Farm OM, Super M, 209.7. Ninth was Karen Drake with a Farm OM, 209.2. And I'm just going to do the top 10 here. Jim Burnett with an Oliver 88 at 208.4. And we did have a total of, looks like 15 tractors in the class. Hope I don't upset everybody by not reading tomorrow. We're going to be here till 10 o'clock tonight. So, yeah, and I will say, let me put Paul Barnsley's comment up here. Definitely, I heard some pullers talking how much better the track is or was there Sunday, and in the same words, it keeps getting better. So they're doing what they need to do, and then there's big things coming hopefully there soon. So 6,000 farm stock, taking the win was Bob Carpenter with an Oliver, 254.2. Second was Terry Moore with his Farm OM at 245.5. Third was Bobby Fogel with a John Deere, 242.9. Fourth was Justin Short with a farm mole at 238.8. Fifth, we had King Carpenter with a John Deere at 236.6. Seventh was Kevin Muller with a farm mole at 220.6. Eighth was Jason Barrick with a farm mole at 215.56. And ninth was Cody Miller with a farm mole at 203.7. And 10th, Ryan Siegel with a John Deere at 196.3. We're going. 7,000 farm stock. Taking the win. Terry Moore with his farm OM at 232.9. Second was Michael Leatherman with a John Deere at 217.1. Third, Michael Gray with a John Deere at 214.9. Fourth, Joe Beiser with a farm mole at 214.8. Fifth was Justin Short with a farm mole at 209.4. Sixth was Ben Pritchett with a Minneapolis Moline. A little different tractor there. 199.17. And seventh was Sam Poole with a John Deere at 192.3. You know some of these people.
I've recognized a couple names.
I was going to say, should.
Second place there.
Yeah. Okay, 8,000 farm stock. Taking the win was Michael Leatherman with a John Deere at 232 feet even. Second was Joe Beiser with a farm mole at 229.1. Third was Ben Pritchett with a Minneapolis Moline 220.6. Fourth was Keith Griffith Jr. with a International at 216.7. And let's see, fifth was Jacob Harpering with a John Deere at 202.8. We had an exhibition run, Jeremy Cornett, with an International at 232.6. Hang in there, Paul. We're getting to your heavy classes, buddy. 9,000 farm stock. Taking the win was Jeremy Cornett with an International at 240 feet even. Second was Reed Harpering with a Cockshot, 223.2. And third was Team Gladhill with a John Deere. I don't know. Right, I haven't edited some of these classes, so I don't know if it was the 4320 or the 4440. So 213.2. And King Griffith Sr., an International, was listed, but I don't have a distance for him, so I don't know if he pulled or not. 10,000 farm stock. Taking the win was Mark Woolhide with the International at 251.1, but in parentheses it said had turbo. But I see him marked as the winner. So second was Jeremy Cornett with an International at 243.9. Third, Roger Cole with an Oliver at 237.2. Fourth was Wayne Sherrard with a John Deere at 232.8. Fifth was Team Gladhill with a John Deere. Again, not sure offhand which two it is. 226.4. Sixth was Kaylee Pickett with a John Deere at 222.4. And rounding out the class in seventh was Josh Griffin with a John Deere at 198.4. And that wrapped up my track for the Route 340 side of the property. And the windiest of the two tracks, trust me. I really fought the wind bad. That's two events now. I mean, it kicked my butt up at Sillin's Grove too, and it got me again Sunday. Now we're moving on to Mike Walker's track, or the Hillside track, if you will. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and go through. We had some exhibition runs. Before I get into those, I want to make Paul wait a little bit. A couple weeks ago in Gladhill was the first chance to test what I did. Yeah, you bet. That tractor really run good. There you go. That's what it is. Tinker, tinker until you beat the guy who's been beating you. Awesome. Anyway, we had some exhibition tractors hooked, and something happened to Chris Lutman with the Hokie Harvester. He was actually the first one to hook, I believe, and he went 79.9, shut down pretty hard, and he got towed off. So anyway, I'll just Henry Burnett with a 261.3. There's no competition. This was just exhibition. Luke Gladhill, obviously with his hot farm, 333.5. Then Tommy, let's see, Tommy Beggar was on hand with the Patriot International, 354 feet even. Very nice run.
Wow.
Got the
Good.
fuel issue figured out. That tractor made a very nice, impressive run. Brian Morrison was there with his his hot farm, the Shed Shaker, 359 feet even. There was different sled settings depending on what you were running. Davey Moore ended up driving. Tara was scheduled to drive her tractor, but he drove the Moore Agitation to 353 feet, and I'm assuming that's even. Let's see. He could not. One more deer would not start, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know what the culprit was, but he did run Tara's tractor. Let's see. Don Smith with an international was 293 feet, 0.2. Jesse Streaker, it's a semi, and 217.9. Dave Fisher with an international was 301.7. And again, we said Chris Lutman was at 79.9 with some mechanical issue. The 5250 jackpot class, obviously money was involved.
Mm-hmm.
And taking the win was Ken Carpenter at 209 feet, 0.4. Second was Bob Carpenter, all in the family here, 199.8. Third, Kevin Muller at 195.3. Fourth was Terry Moore, 164.9. Fifth was Bobby Fogel at 136.4. If they didn't reset the sled, Bobby, you should have kept your first hook. Anyway, yeah, he was 43 foot better the first time. I don't know if he reset. I haven't edited the class yet. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. Sixth was Chad Osherman at 126 even. And seventh was Trenton Rolls at 99.10. Eighth was Jake Myers at 92.9. I think that finishes out that class. 6750 jackpot class. Taking the win was Terry Moore at 248 feet even. Second was Michael Leatherman with a John Deere 2510 at 243.3. Third was Michael Gray with a John Deere 4010, 242.1. And fourth was Justin Schad. I'm pronouncing that right. With a farm mall at 218 and 7. $5,500 open. Now we're going to get Paul's attention. Let me just go backwards. This is crazy. Had 3 tractors in class. Finishing third was Henry Burnett with an Oliver 88 at 210.7. Second was Trenton Rolls he has a Fordson Power Major at 323 even. Taking the win was Paul Barnsley with his Oliver 1650, 399 feet even.
Wow.
Yes.
Just did not stop.
Just did not stop. Not bad. It felt good too because I got to actually, we was in between tractors in my truck and I got to watch that run. Yeah, pretty impressive. Next up, we had 6,500 open. The class names are really dark on my sheets up here. That's why I tipped down towards the light. Taking the win was Trenton Rolls with that Fordson Power Major at 263.6. Second was Paul Barnsley with his Oliver at 245.3. And third was Mike Harris with a John Deere at 196 and 4. 7,500 open. Again, taking a win, Trenton Rolls with his Ford Power Major at 269.4. Second, Paul Barnsley with his Oliver at 258.3. And third was Michael Harris with a John Deere at 197.6. They figured out a way to anchor down Paul from running away. 399 feet. 11,000 farm stock. Hi, Chris. Taking the win was, I see Bob Klaas with a John Deere 4430 at 223.9. Second was Team Gladhill with a John Deere, and that's the 4440, I believe, at 211.7. Third was Team Gladhill with their 4320 at 208.4. Fourth was Dwight Scott with a Ford 9000 at 208 feet even. Fifth, Bobby Fogel with a John Deere at 200.7. And sixth was Hunter Young with an International 1066 at 195.2. That's a 5. Close enough to be a 5. Okay, I got 2 classes left. Wow. So I went pretty quick. And to say the least, gosh, I have time to read them all off. 12,000 farm stock. Are you ready? This is an 8-mile-per-hour class. That's one thing I did not. The open classes were just that open that I just read the last couple, 3 or 4. They were no speed limit. And now we're at 12,000 farm stock at 8 miles per hour. Taking the win. Johnny Claw. Everybody knows Johnny Claw. Claw. I'm sorry. International 1066, 250 feet, 0.6 inches. Second was Keith Griffith Sr. with an international, so 1256, I believe. Got something else written down here. 243.7. Third place. You got to give me a second to search around here. I'm just going to do a couple and that's it here. Because I already found a mistake.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Okay. Third was Bob Class. John Deere 4430 at no third places. See, Dorsey Patchett. I guess. I don't know. I see names all over the place here. I got to go through this and see. 235.8. And then after that should be Bob Class at 234.8. It looks like Tyree Cable at 230 even. And then I got, I'm going to have to, David Burrier at 228.2. And I'm not going to go any further than that. I apologize because I have found a couple of mistakes here. But that class, my goodness gracious. $20 tractors.
Wow.
20 tractors.
That's fantastic.
2 disqualifications for breaking the speed limit. But we won't mention any names. So I'm sure they would appreciate me not doing that. So I think we're good to go here with 13,500 farm, no mile per hour limit. This was the final class of the day, and it was a biggie as well. Okay. Taking the win, just making sure I didn't catch any other mistakes here. Taking the win, Tyree Cable with an international at 291.2. Second was Johnny Claw with his international at 289.5. Let's see, where's number 3? Third was Jason McGackey. It's a familiar Interstate name.
Yeah.
Jason McGackey with his international at 276.4. Used to be a truck puller with Interstate, if I remember correctly. Fourth was Keith Griffith Jr. with an international at 276.2. Fifth was looks like Danny Wiles with an international at 271.1. Wiles. When I associate the name Wiles with that area, I think Super Tiger. I think John Deere. But this Wiles has an international. 271. Come on, Kendra. I know you're young.
Where does it say
Everybody knows Super Tiger.
No, well, I went to school with a bunch of Wiles. That's why I'm thinking that makes sense that it's an international.
Aha. So
that's why. Where are they from? Does it have a?
No.
Does it have a
we didn't get
hometown?
that technical. Okay, sixth was sixth. I'm looking. Where's sixth place? Matthew Adams with an international. I might as well just say all but a couple of tractors in this class are internationals. Sixth, Matthew Adams, 267.6. I'm trying to be fluent here. Seventh was Keith Griffith Sr. International, 260.1. Eighth place was looks like Tommy Murphy International at 260 feet even. Ninth was Dorsey Patchett with his John Deere. I believe that's a 4430 at 256 even. Let's see, where's number 10? Number 10 was Jerry Murphy with an international at 254.1. 11th was Ethan Schroyer with an international 251.4. 12th was Bob Glass, I guess, how do you pronounce his name? John Deere, 4430. I do know that much. 247.9. 13th was Kaylee Pickett with a John Deere at 246.1. 14th was DJ Burrier with an international at 244.6. 15th, Lois Ramsey with an international, 243.5. 16th was Blaine Fisher with an international at 242.3. We're getting there. 17th, Luke Johnson with an international, 238.1. 18th was Team Gladhill. I'm not sure which John Deere at 233.9. Number 19 was Danny Keller with an international at 215.4. I think we might have reached, nope. I think there's something. Okay, we did have 2 exhibition runs that I guess they didn't count for competition. And the first one would be Don Smith with an international at 304.5. And Dave Fisher with an international at 290.4. Some big classes, man.
Yep.
Big classes for sure. But it was a great time out there. I enjoyed it, and I will definitely go back. If you want a Sunday pool, you got nothing to do, and you see a Gladhill pool scheduled, put it on your bucket list and get your butts out there and support them. They do a great job. It was a truck show, antique tractor show as well. You had semi. I never heard that many Detroits pull out of a show and take off down towards 340. That's something. As a kid, I used to hear them a lot up here, but yeah, that was a lot of Detroits heading for 340. That was cool to hear. So, but great job by all. I didn't get a chance to go out into the show and look around at some of the stuff. Unfortunately, they had several semi trucks on show there, but I was too busy running my yap as usual. So, but yeah, I look forward to the next Gladhill Tractor Show for sure. Truck and tractor show.
All right. I do want to go take a quick minute here and go over all of our Interstate Points champions. The Interstate Points season is officially over, unfortunately.
Last week. You did that last week. You did that last week.
Did I do everybody but the last 2?
I'm just picking.
I was gonna say, did I do it last week?
I
know I talked over who won the.
I know who won my turbo.
Yeah, Jason Forster.
Jason Forster. Papa Smurf.
So yeah, I think I just did the winners. I don't know if I was going to do top 3. So we'll run through them quick. Unfortunately, our last points class, along with every other pool in the tri-state area, was canceled on Saturday evening. So we will get started here with the 6200 two-wheel drive truck class. Taking the win, speaking of Jason Forster, was Jason Forster and Eddie Ocker doing 8 up, or driving 8 up. Second place went to Andy Forrester with Turn Back the Clock, and rounding out the top 3 was Ian Ericker with the Village Idiots. Then we'll go into our new class, the 8500 Wild Street class. This was their maiden year. Taking the win was Tony Utzi with the Porch Honky. Second place went to Bucky Engel with his 1997 Ford. And rounding out the top 3 was Robert Utzi with Comin' A Part. Then we go into the 4500 small block truck class. This was our tightest points race. Taking the win this year was Austin Soner with Analyze This. 2 points behind him, which is 1 place finishing, was Tyler Shives with the Bootlegger. And rounding out the top 3 was Jared Stoner with his Ford Ranger. The 7800 modified class, taking the win was Ian Ericker with Unstable. Pretty good year there for Mr. Ericker. Second place and third place both went to Don Haley with 1 point separating his tractors. Nonsense was second and Track Fever was third. Good for him. The 6,000 pound classics, there was only 3 of them, so not too hard to do the top 3 here. Mike Head took the win, followed by Kevin Stitzer and Nevin Stitzer. Then we go into the 1850 minis. John Sutton took the win with Bear Tracks. Second place was Wesley Williamson with Adrenaline. And rounding out the top 3 was Matt Weischer with the Dirt Devil.
Weischer.
Hunt Farms taking the win again was Marshall Beidel. Second place was Mark Lawson. And rounding out the top 3 was Tommy Eppert. Then we go into the Pro Farm class. Stitch took the win, driven by Mark Culbertson. Second place was Chris Pangle with All Hooked Up. And rounding out the top 3 was Beefy, driven by Anthony Hamrick. 7,700 pound light limiteds. Ricky Tabner is your points champion with Red Tornado. Second place was Sue Johnson with the Iron Maiden. And rounding out the top 3 was Michael Thomas with Steel and Time. And then the 8,500 mod turbos. Once again, Jason Forrester takes the win with Papa Smurf. BJ Wilkins was second place with Bull Ride. And Vern Zerby and Yankee doing the driving mostly with Dr. LZ rounded out your top 3. So pretty good year for Interstate. We have begun our points, or not our points. It is a rule change year, so we have been slowly working through our class meetings. I know that we had Pro Farm and Light Limited on Sunday. A lot of stuff was discussed. I don't want to put it out in the world yet because we still do have to have our final Interstate meeting to approve all of those rule changes. But what I will say is keep your eye on the Interstate website. Give us about a week or 2 afterwards. We're all human. We all have jobs. This is our, not even a part-time job. This is our hobby. We will get those rules updated as quickly as possible. And of course, you can always call your class rep if you have any questions after that rule change meeting there, the 1st of November. But speaking of the first weekend in November, I will not be at the meeting because I will be in Georgia.
You'll be in dark corners.
I will be in very dark corners. No, I'm just kidding. Heading down to White Plains, Georgia, here, I guess, 2 weeks from now. Holy moly, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness. Diesels in dark corners. I want to give them some time because I love this pool. So I was telling somebody this past weekend, a lot of my friends have been there. Some people were kind of just throwing it around. There is a reason that a pool an hour and a half southeast of Atlanta, Georgia, that is non-sanctioned, can get pullers in from Canada, Wisconsin, us from Pennsylvania. They will literally have trucks from all over the United States drive all the way down to literal middle of nowhere, Georgia. And this is one fantastic event. They have a very consistent track, fantastic payouts. While JR was going over the Gladhill events, I pulled up their payouts. Saturday night alone is over $36,000 worth of payouts for 6 classes. That's pretty good motivation for pullers to get down there when you have a good track and a good payout. They treat you fantastically. The crowd gets into it. The announcer is absolutely hilarious. I know we say this a lot, but if you are not doing anything November 3rd and 4th, get down to Georgia. Like I said, it's an hour and a half outside of Atlanta. Flights in and out all day long. Get down there. A lot of our pullers from up here in Pennsylvania are headed down. It's going to be a really good time. November 3rd and 4th, like I said, 6 classes. That'll include the 2.6 diesel trucks, the 3.0 diesel trucks, 3.6 and super stock. They're also going to be running Pro Farm tractors and 4.1 hot street semis. I think last year Hank Oster went down. A lot of our guys go down there. Admission is $20 a person. If you have a military ID, you get a $10 discount, which I think is pretty cool. Kids 10 and under are free. Starting times are 6 p.m. on Friday and 5 p.m. on Saturday. They will also be doing a kids pedal tractor race Saturday at 4 p.m., which is absolutely hilarious. I think it's awesome. Show and shine competition on Saturday. They are going to be live streaming this year. I think that's new. I don't think they live streamed last year. BeerMoneyPooling.tv will have the live stream action. $25 per night or $45 for a weekend pass. Let me see here. Yeah, live stream again. They usually have they have a pretty good website, libertytruckandtractorpool.com. They have a very well written, detailed what's going to happen, what you can expect, tell you when your driver's meetings are going to be, what your classes are, all the information you need to know. And my favorite line on here is, do not go down any dirt roads the GPS tells you. That tells you how backwoods we are down there. It's a lot of fun. I think this is my 3rd or 4th year going. 1,000% worth it. It is definitely a truck pull. And even this tractor girl loves it. So, and one year Corey Forrester went down there and he even gave it his praise. And Corey Forrester is a hard one to get praise from. So, no, fantastic event. I can't say enough good about it.
It's on my bucket list sometime.
Yeah. They feed all of us pullers on Saturday afternoon as a thank you for coming down. Always, of course, really good food. You're in Georgia. You're going to have good food down there.
Yep. I've been to Jessup, Georgia, which I know is not too terribly far from there, I don't think. And, yeah, both days, just a spread of food, just knock you out. Yep.
That Georgia red clay, man, it treats well. Actually, Albert Brown is on here as one of the poster children.
Mm-hmm.
He's on their poster, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have somebody from PA up there.
Yep.
But yeah, like I said, over $50,000 worth of purse. They will get one heck of a crowd in there. Don't even know where the people come from. Liberty Truck and Tractor Pull, they've been having videos and pictures, doing a phenomenal job of promoting this, which they have to if they're going to have that big of a payout. They need the crowd.
Yeah. Yep.
So, like I said, if you can't be there in person, BeerMoneyPooling.tv will have the live stream. $45 for the weekend, which is pretty dang on good.
Yeah.
You're going to see, I can promise you, you're going to see a lot of pulling action for that $45. They have a ton of trucks. I think last year the 3.0 class had like 40 trucks in it.
Wow.
Like it's unreal. It's shy diesel numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
and the announcer, man, anybody who has been to Diesels and Dark Corners will tell you that their announcer down there is the best announcer anywhere. He might not know a lot about truck pulling, but he will entertain the crap out of you all night. They're not diesel pickups. They're pick 'em up trucks. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Pick 'em up trucks. If you watch some of the videos, you can hear him in there. So, yeah. 10 out of 10. Recommend. If you can't be there in person, watch the live stream. It's a wonderful event.
Cool deal. There you go, folks. You heard it right here from the lady who's very picky and very hard to please.
I kind of am.
I just want to.
I might not say it out loud, but I'm pretty hard. I'm pretty picky. That's the problem with going to so many events is, you start comparing and it's hard to beat Georgia. I love our local pools. I love our local weekend pools.
Georgia. Hard to beat Georgia.
Georgia's it. Georgia is definitely a top 5, maybe even a top 3.
There you go. You heard it right here. Woo! I want to get back to that 399-foot distance. Paul sent a message in here.
Mm-hmm.
The mud and grass is the only reason I didn't go further than the 55. How much further did you need to go? I mean, what were we looking at here? I got to look. I'm being nosy. Oh, it's back here anyways. I have a couple of antique pools coming up here I want to talk about here real quick. And Delmarva Live, whether they know it or not, I'm putting the show together tomorrow night with or without you, just so you know that. At least it's on my agenda unless something here changes. Yeah, second place was 323. You know, let's beat everybody by 70. What 70? Say 76 feet. And he could have went further. That's awesome, though. It's awesome. Uh, anyway, we do have a 2-night pool coming up over in McConnellsburg, Pennsylvania. The Grease, Steam, and Rust. And for information on that event, I've got some flyers if they'll show here. Uh, I'll share them here real quick, one for each night. Friday, October 20th, and Saturday, October 21st, 7 p.m. Visit gsnr.com for more information. But I'm going to try to go ahead and hopefully we can get this to come up here. Sometimes it works. I don't know why. It never used to be a problem. But we'll see.
I wonder if StreamYard changed something.
Could be.
There
Hey,
it
look
is.
at that. Look at that. This Friday, October 20th, 7 p.m., the 6500 Absolute Showroom, 6500 Small Block Showroom, 7500 Two-Wheel Drive, 6500 Small Block Street, 6500 Big Block Showroom, 6500 Big Block Street, 6500 Small Block High Output, 6500 Big Block High Output, 8,000 Absolute Showroom Diesel, 8,000 25 Street Diesel, 8,000 26 Street Diesel. That was listed twice. Nope, I'm sorry, 26. 8,000 2.55 Hot Street Diesel, 8,000 2.65 Hot Street Diesel, the 30 Open Diesel, Street Semi, Hot Street Semi, Posse and Outlaw Semi. If you like truck pulling, gas and or diesel, there's your pool. I mean to tell you, that is a slew of classes. Holy moly. And one track, correct? If I remember.
Yes, just one track.
One track. So I don't know how big the numbers are in some of the classes, but I was out there, and I believe we're going pre-C, and that's 2019. But we went on Saturday night. We did not get a chance to go out there for the truck show. But I talked to another person that was there filming that night before, and said it was a great show, a lot of trucks, and the show ran very well. So that's Friday night, October 20th at 7 p.m. Then we go to, I guess I can change around here. Come on. That ain't what I want. Okay, I found it. Then we're looking at Saturday night, October 21st at 6 p.m. We start at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I would imagine that's because that's normally a non-work day for most people. And farm stock 7,500 through 9,500, both, and I'm sorry, 7,500 and 9,500 are 4 mile per hour classes. The 12,500 pound at 6 mile per hour, 15,000 and 17,000 and 19,500 and over classes. New speeds listed there. Hot farm 7,500, 9,500, and 12,500. And the smoker classes, the 10,000 pro stock tractors, the 7,700 light limited turbo tractors, the 8,500 pound mod turbo tractors. I remember a young lady taking a little bit of a ride there one year, the year I was there. But anyway.
Hey, kept her in bounds. It's all
yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yeah, I give you credit for that. But and at 9 p.m., the engine spark show, and that was pretty cool. They shut the lights off and cut them steam engines loose and let them spark. It is awesome exhibition pulling there for that. Again, that's Saturday, October 21st at 6 p.m. I was going to try to go this year, but I am not going to make it. So, and let's hope Mother Nature cooperates for me.
Yeah, it's look a little damp on Friday night.
What's that?
So it's looking a little damp on Friday night.
Yeah.
Hopefully Saturday it'll be a much better day.
And again, visit the gsnr.com. That's GS and R down right
Spell
here.
out and.
Yes. Yeah. At .com for more information there. So check it out. And I also have, I don't know why my screen's not cooperating here. Okay. This is something coming up in a couple weeks at Sealands Grove. Sealands Grove, and that's at 500 Old Colony Road, Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania, 17870. This is the Money Bash at Middle Creek. This is the Middle Creek Valley Antique Association grounds. We were just there a couple weeks ago for the championship weekend for Snyder County tractor pullers. And sign-ups at 9 a.m., pool starts at 10 a.m., and 70% payback, top three to top three. It's hard to read. Top three in each class.
Yeah.
I can't read. I look at my other screen. It's all kind of goofy looking. But anyway, I want that any bigger. There it goes. Cut tire classes, 20-inch high, 18-inch back. Non-cut tire classes are 18-inch high, 24-inch back. 4 mile per hour non-cut small tire, 4,000, 4,500, 5,500, 6,000, and 6,500. 4 mile per hour full cut small tire, 45,000, 5,000, 55, 6, and 6,500. 6 mile per hour full cut big tire, 4250, 4750, 5250, 5750, and 6250. All weight straight up, $25 per hook. You have a 4-hook limit, or you'll be pulling there for 2.5 days.
Yeah.
But I will most likely be at this event. So I've been wanting to get up to Sealands Grove. I've been tugged on, and I'm going to definitely do my best to be there that day. So why not? What the heck? And Paul Barnsley says he'll be pulling at Augusta, West Virginia this Saturday. I don't have any information on that event, or we would have definitely put it on here. So, but I'm sure I get a hold of my Delmarva boys tomorrow when I surprise them with the, hey, this is what's going to happen with or without you. So, but I know some of them are farming. I understand, especially with weather coming. So I understand. But anyway, also this Saturday, I don't have start times, but Washington Borough, Pennsylvania, at the park there is a antique, the manor. I'm sorry, I do have information here somewhere. I think I seen a post on their Facebook page, which has not been updated in a couple of years. But that particular pool started at 10 a.m. I'm not going to go on record here saying that pool is going to start at 10 a.m. Saturday. The Manor FFA will be having a pool there at Washington Borough, Pennsylvania, just the other side of the creek here, ditch, whatever you want to say, the river. And I hear that's a good show. I talked to Ray about that. He's been a part of that for quite a while, and he doesn't know it yet, but he's probably going to be on the show tomorrow night if I get something put together here. So, and he can really talk more about it then. So keep your eye out for updates and for notifications for the live show for tomorrow night if we get it going. And also Sunday at 10 a.m. That's this Sunday. Nicole Morrison and the crew up here at Mason-Dixon Fairgrounds here, right on the Mason-Dixon line, basically Wyford, Maryland, or Cardiff, Maryland. I'm sorry, and Delta, Pennsylvania. There is an antique tractor pool here Sunday. 10 a.m. is the start time. So she's the other guest that doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to be contacting her to be on tomorrow night if I can make it work. So I'm sure there's other things going on. If anybody knows something here in the next few minutes, let us know. It's already after 9 o'clock. Wow. But we are almost at, we're at exactly just clicked an hour. So,
well, and everybody who is an East Coast puller, make sure you get your reservation stuff in for the banquet coming up here in
November
3 weeks, 11th.
No. I know that.
Oh.
There's a cutoff time for that. Don't worry. I'm just taking care of it. Unfortunately, we'll only be there Saturday. That's hard to get a night away here. Okay, October 25th. So you're looking at
a week.
7 days. You got a week to get your meal choices in for the East Coast Pro Pulling Banquet, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And we just once again, Cindy was asked to DJ, bring her equipment along here, which that means me. I'll get the wonders of loading all that stuff, bringing it out, and she entertained them last year. I guess she did okay. So, and she will do some singing too. So, I'll have a sales table there. And by the way, if anybody's watching, not many are right now. It's getting late. I am starting to put class sets together. I've got a couple of events to finish editing, and I'm going to start putting together class sets for the banquet. If you want a class set DVD set, most of them are multiple DVDs. I think there's one or two classes single DVD. Get in touch with me, Facebook Messenger, call me, email me, whatever. You know how to get a hold of me. So we can have them done for you and brought to the banquet. That's it. That's basically all I can think of right now. So we'll be a little better prepared for that stuff for next week. I don't know what we'll have next Wednesday. Hopefully we'll have results of something if Mother Nature lets us do a little pulling here. So
I'm not pulling anywhere this weekend, so I don't know if I'll have results.
Just get out there and support. I don't care if it's modified truck and tractor pulling or if it's grassroots antique tractor pulling. Get out there and support them. Everybody takes pride in their stuff. Promoters still take a chance with the weather and ante up some kind of money and trophies and all that stuff. So come out and support them. It's fun. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves while we can. Let's put it that way. You never know what's going to happen in this crazy world. So, but anyway, that's all I have for tonight. Again, if we've missed anything or anybody or any goings on, I will say I want to put out our condolences to the Moritz family. Jimmy Moritz's wife lost her father a couple days ago, and our hearts and prayers are with that family. And, we hate to hear this stuff. It happens way too much. But our thoughts and prayers are with Denise and Jimmy and the rest of the family there. So that's really all I have.
That's all I've got.
I'm sure I'm forgetting something, and I'll hear about it. So, okay. With that said, I guess we're gonna go ahead and bug out of here. We're an hour and 3 minutes, so we'll be back next Wednesday, 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. We're not sure yet, but and again tomorrow night, if you may hear a notification. If you like, subscribe, share, hit that thumbs up, and click that bell for notifications so you know. Obviously, we post videos daily, and we can have a video show sometime soon.
Yeah, we haven't had a video show in a long time.
It's been a while. We've always had a lot to ramble about now, so the time's coming. We're gonna do that stuff. But anyway. With that said, I'd say we're done for the evening, and we'll might see you guys tomorrow night, 7 or 8 o'clock, somewhere around that time frame, if I can make it happen, for that other show we do.
Antique.
Yes, the Antique Show. The Delmarva Live podcast. Hopefully I'll try to get one or two of them rascals to come on with me. If not, I'll see what I can scrounge up for these upcoming pulls here. We need to do a live hit with these guys. Everybody's busy farming, so I can handle it with or without them. So, but anyway, thanks for watching tonight. And I'm just rambling on because I'm trying to find my cue out of here. Okay, we're ready to go here. We'll see you next week. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow night. Not sure. See ya.